In the past weeks, we've had specialized conversation on electricity and security, chatting with professionals and Nigerians on their sectors. Here are a few highlights.
Looking at the way this government is set up, looking at we have about 2-3 years, I want to believe, to go. Do you see signs that things are going to change? Let me use your word now. Do you think there's going to be a change or change is witnessed in this sector anytime soon?
It's not my word. It's the word of the APC. I mean, they were the ones that came up with the change mantra. But I don't see anything changing in 3 years. I mean, I like to stick to results. I'm a strategy person, and I focus on key results.
But they made promises of, I think, 12,000 megawatts or something.
Okay, so now we already we've analyzed it. We have an installed generation capacity of 12,500 megawatts already, right? The issue is, are we going to get 12,000 in our homes? So that's the issue. So it's not about the fancy.
So it's still the transmission.
Exactly. So it's still the transmission and the distribution, the end-to-end transformation of that system. So it's not going to get better. I don't see, except by a stroke of miracle, I don't see us improving significantly in the next 3 years. I mean, that's not going to happen because, I mean, look at what happened with NDDC. It's business as usual. The guys go to work, they allocate monies, they share it. They look at EFCC too. Even this EFCC's crime. So I don't see any magic that's going to happen in the next 3 years.
I want personal stories of maybe moments or times when power has almost brought your business sort of to a close, if at all. If you can remember any situation where you had so much drama with, I don't know, anything around that you just said, you know what, I'm done with this. Did it ever happen? Did it ever happen? I'm sure there's multiple small instances or frustrations where you're just like, wow, again.
So honestly, when my business first started, it was on really shaky grounds. We almost shut down. I was done. And I was done because the first building we got to run from, the landlord had taken money from us, promised us 24 hours lights. We get there, we find out that she has just one generator, and we had blackouts. That building was so bad, there was no light for straight on 1 week. I'm telling you, 6 days, 7 days, no light. Wow. So even if they were running the generator, they would have to shut it down for some time for it to rest, for us to pick up. Now, mind you, I run a 24 hours business, just building my structure, just finding out what works, what to do, what to not do. So I'm going through that, and then this problem just comes in, and it's everything at the same time. So I'm fighting building management, give me light, put on the gen, we need this, we have to do this. So there will be times customers will call in, and we can't even put anything on the fire. We can't do anything. It was a complete halt for me, and that put so much pressure on my business. I lost customers. Obviously nobody wants to call in, and they're always hearing one story or the other, and you have so it affected my morale and how I just wanted to let it go. And so for a while that was a huge issue.
Our first retail store in Lekki 1, and so we do a lot of fast delivery, so you can order today, you can get it today. Oh, but this particular order, I think it was about 200 pieces that was supposed to build to go out that day. They hadn't been light the whole month. So week to week, we kept patching on. So this particular week, the 2 generators refused to come on, 2 of them. And then we had this delivery at 6 p.m. that day, and this was like 1 p.m. We did everything. We did everything up until calling, okay, can we hire a gen to use? Then at some point there was something wrong with the PHCN connection. We did everything. So now the only option we had at the time was to buy a new generator on the spot. How do you buy a new generator? Like, the value of the job was like maybe 1/4 of the
price of a new generator.
I struggled.
Short to medium term, I mean, this government has about 2-3 years to go, like I've said. What can be done in the short to medium term, you think, to make things start looking at least a little positive, optimistic for people?
The first thing we have to do is we need a new power reform bill. We can't, what we have, the privatization bill, even if you are testing something and it's not working, there is need for you to review it. So what we have is not working. So even a CMN magic may not work.
It's not going to work.
So we have to fix that bill that says I cannot generate power, and okay, for instance, Lagos wants to collect tax on what business, on what environment, or what profit. So if Lagos as the state is interested in the business that are located in its geographic location. So it should be interested in how those businesses are doing well.
Yep.
So if those businesses are not doing well, they're saying, I need power, I'm not getting the right power. And so you can't be asking me to pay tax for what I'm not earning from. So the state should be responsible to their location, like all other issues too, where you now talk why not trying to divert, even policing. The state, we should have to localize our problem.
Yeah.
We need to localize the solution to our problem. So
when you were a junior officer, did you have reasons to complain about welfare?
Oh, well, when I was serving, yes, I mean, whether you like it or not, human needs is insatiable, and like Oliver Twist, people want to crave for more, So, but again, you must act within the content or within available resources to manage the situation. So when such fundings are increased, maybe for equipment, of course, first and foremost, I think the well-being of the fighting forces should be looked into. For example, I mean,
the truth is, every time we want to talk about what the government has been able to achieve with the Boko Haram insurgents, we mostly have to rely on open source and human intelligence. So it is what we are being fed, we have to pick as facts. So we can't go around with our own ideas of what is happening. So the question is, human intelligence, are they telling us that Boko Haram have invaded their communities again? The open source, that is our media houses, our newspapers, and our online media houses, are they telling us that Boko Haram is taking over? The military even has an online presence, and they always tell us when they're attacking locations and all that. So we have to always, in this kind of situation, rely on those types of intelligence.
This argument could go different ways. I mean, if I'm talking to whoever it is you're accusing now. But I want to talk about the government. Why would the government not, what is the government's agenda? Why does the government care about land in southern Kaduna when the entire state is a part of their sort of, under their governance? Why would the government, because I hear this conversation a lot about, the government is not trying to protect us. What is the government's agenda? Why would the government have an agenda?
Okay, why is the government interested in southern Kaduna? Now, this question would best be answered by many questions also. Why is the government twisting the narrative about what is happening in southern Kaduna? Why are they refusing to intervene and act appropriately and rightly? Why is there no justice? Why are they arresting people protecting themselves? Why are they stifling free speech in the state? So many questions just to one question. I know that's how bad and sad the situation is in Nigeria, not just in southern Kaduna or Kaduna State as a whole.
Like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter. Robin Minds now is the handle. Please use the hashtag Robin Minds when you tweet at us. I'll see you next time.